Hello and welcome to a brand new season of Zero to Hero. Yes, welcome back to episode 35 of Zero to Hero. I'm Wes, and in today's episode we'll be taking on my old club Barrow in our first game of the new season in Sky Bet League 2. Now, since you were last with me, at the end of last season we failed to get into the playoffs. In our last episode we played our last two games of the league season last season, and we played Cheltenham and Oldham. We lost to Cheltenham 3-2, which meant we could not get promoted. And then, even though we beat Oldham on the last game of the season, Crewe managed to win their game and get into the playoffs. So we've played through the summer and we've played through pre-season. We had a pretty good pre-season, to be fair. We'll go into pre-season and have a look at our results. We played Nottingham Forest in our first game of the pre-season and we absolutely hammered them 5-1 at home. 2 goals from Chalice Johnson, a goal from Charlie Walford and 2 from one of our new signings, Keith Mail. We then lost to our parent club Cardiff 3-1 at home, a goal from Keith Mail again in that game. We then hammered Wingate and Finchley away from home. We played a heavily rotated side, beat them 4-0, goals from multiple players in that. We then beat Slough, also away from home, and then we drew 2-2 with Reading at home in our last game of pre-season. So we've had a pretty good pre-season all told. So that's setting us up nicely for the new season. Now I'll go through the transfers in and out since the end of last season. We'll first have a look at the released players. There's been a few of them. The biggest name that's gone from us is Ivandro, who retired at the end of the season. Also, Stephen Kinsella, he went because he was never going to get in the side because he's a winger. All the rest of them were mainly youth signings that never going to get into the team, so there was no point in them hanging around and taking up wage budget. So we'll have a look at the transfers out as well, with some big names going as well as coming in. Most notably, Thomas O'Connor. He wanted to go and he went to Hibernian for 250,000, which could rise to 325 with add-ons. Andy Lacey also went. We re-signed him to an extended contract at the end of last season with a £1 million release clause on his contract. But for some reason, the board of directors accepted an offer of 600,000 for him from Brentford, and he went there. But 600,000 not to be sniffed at for a player of his quality. Unfortunately, I was hoping to keep him because he was very good for us last season. Neil Scott went to Blackburn on a free transfer. He was never going to get in the side again because he was a winger. We then sold Sam Matthews to Oldham for 54,000. Eventually rising to 61,000 with the add-ons. He's one that was a bit of a troublemaker last season, so I wanted to get rid of him. And because of our formation, we're playing with only 2 central midfielders, so we needed to get rid of some and maybe bring in some new ones. Alan Fleming's gone out on loan to Dagenham and Redbridge. He was a youth team player. He's not going to get in the side this season, so it made sense to send him out on loan. And Kyle James, I think he's our third choice right back. He's gone out on loan to Woking for the rest of the season as well. So we'll go on to the players that we've brought in. We managed to sign Keith Mail on loan from Portsmouth. He is a 19-year-old English striker with a 3.5-star current ability and a 5-star potential. He looked good during pre-season. He's a poacher, which fits in really nice with our formation. He's only ever played for Portsmouth. He made 32 appearances for them in the Championship 2 seasons ago, scoring a goal. Didn't have a very high average rating, so it's good that he can try and make a name for himself lower down the leagues and progress. He also made 6 appearances for them last season, so he's been really good in pre-season, scored plenty of goals for us, so he can help fire us to the league title this season. We also signed, now bear with me, Kypras Kazalukazuk Olovas. We're going to call him Kypras, I think. Or call him KK. We'll call him KK. We'll set his nickname KK. Good job he doesn't have a K as a middle name, otherwise that could have turned out really badly. But anyway, he's a 21-year-old Lithuanian centre-back. Made 24 appearances for Lithuania at international level. We signed him on a free transfer from Brighton, where he made no appearances for them. He's made appearances for teams in Lithuania while he's been out on loan from Brighton. So hopefully he can come in. He comes in as our fifth choice centre back, but I believe he has the potential to be better. He has the potential to be a lot better than Humphreys, more young. So predominantly we play more in midfield, so essentially he's our fourth choice centre-back. He's got a 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. We then managed to sign Leo Fasson on a free transfer, a 28-year-old Italian goalkeeper. He came in on a free transfer from Crawley, where he's made 46 appearances last season at this level, 42 appearances the season before at this level, and 46 appearances the season before at this level. So he's in the prime of his career, and his average rating's been fantastic across all 3 seasons, so hopefully he can give us a bit more stability in goal, because I didn't think that Journeyman was ready for first team football just yet, and Howard was declining towards the end of last season, so I thought it best to replace him. We then managed to sign Connor Young on a free transfer. He's a 23-year-old Welsh centre-back. He came in on a free from our parent club Cardiff, having spent the last 2 seasons out on loan at Billericay in the Vanarama South and Vanarama National League, having good average ratings across those 2 seasons, so I thought we'd give him a go. We then managed to sign Aaron Conley on a free transfer. 22-year-old Irish striker, likes to play as an advanced forward but can also play as a target man, a poacher, so he can play anywhere across our front 3. A little bit of a hint to the formation we're going to be using there. He came in on a free transfer from Brighton, not having made an appearance for them. He comes in as our 3rd choice striker behind Mail and Barr, and he has the potential to be a League 1 striker in the future. He's got a 2.5-star current ability and a 4-star potential. Finally, a familiar face is back among us, one from the FC United days. We managed to sign Marcus Wood on a free transfer. He's now 24 years old, and as you know, he's a central midfielder, likes to play as ball-winning midfielder. Brought him in as a bit of a backup, really. Hopefully he'll be able to develop into something good, although he only has a 1.5-star current ability, 2.5-star potential. But I believe he can be better than what the coaches are saying. And the fact that he's played with Charlie Walford, who also wasn't supposed to be our best left-back at the club, but managed to get into not only our overall best starting 11 of all time, he got into the team of the year at left-back. So I'm saying I know more than what my coaches know. So obviously we signed him on a free transfer from FC United, where he only made 12 appearances last season, which is shocking considering how good he has been in the 2 seasons before. And that's it so far for the transfer. So we've brought in 900,000 in transfer profit and not spent a single penny as yet. We do have quite a sizable transfer budget of about 318,000, and we still have 3.5, nearly 3,250 transfer wage budget left to spend. So hopefully we can bring a few more players in, strengthen the side, because I want to be challenging for the title this season. I have told the players that we're looking at going for the playoffs this season, which I think is the best route for us. We're going to have a look to see where the media and the board expect us to finish. The board are expecting us to reach the playoffs this season. That is the minimum expectation from the board, and we're going to have a look to see where the media expect us to finish. They're expecting us to finish 7th, so only just in the playoffs, but considering we were favourites for the league last season and we finished 8th, I don't think that's bad. If we can extend that, I mean, Grimsby are tipped to finish 4th, which I can't believe at all. We've also got Salford and Boston and Rochdale that have Boston and Salford have come up, and we've got Bristol Rovers, Exeter, Wimbledon and Rochdale that have come down. So it's going to be a difficult league this season, I think. And it's interesting that our first game against Barrow, because we lost both games against them last season, so I'm hoping we can get a bit of revenge and show how we've improved over the summer. We have got a very good balance at the moment. We've got an overall balance of 1.2 million. And 1.1 million of that is profit, most of that coming from the player transfers. But I'm hoping to bring a few more players in now we've got a bit of money behind us. So we're going into our first game of the season against Barrow, and this is the starting 11 we have selected for that first game of the season. As you can see, we're going with the 5-2-3 that we finished with at the end of the last season, and we've gone with a starting 11 of Fasten in goal, a back three of Barkworth, KK and Young, with Walford and Cox as the wing backs, a midfield of Moore and Yearwood, and a front three of Barr, Mail and Connolly. On the bench we have Howard, Humphreys, Elvis, Jack Earing, Chettle, Gabby McGill and Chalice Johnson. A few injuries to note as well. Victor Jonansson is out for a pretty lengthy time. He's out for another 7 to 10 weeks with a fractured lower leg, so he's going to be out for a while. Also, Martel Taylor Crossdale is out for the next week or so after injuring, he's just saying he's injured. What's wrong with him? Let's have a look. A groin strain. So I'm hoping he will be coming back soon and we can use him in the starting 11 or on the bench. Some players as well that we've promoted from our under-23. Max Polk, he's come up from the under-23s. Also has McGill, who we brought in towards the end of the last season on a free transfer. We're in pretty good fitness going into the first game of the season. We're going on an attacking mentality, flexible team shape, with team instructions of pass into space, play out of defence, work ball into the box, whipped crosses, use tighter marking, much deeper defensive line, prevent short goal kick distribution, play much narrower and look for the underlap. I'm hoping we can get a good start to the season and get some revenge on Barrow for what they did to us last season over both games. We've got some squad numbers to give out. I'll just auto number those. Oh, that's funny. Jack Blackford signed for Barrow, one of my old players. That could be interesting. See how he's progressed. Although now I've pointed him out, he's probably going to score. Something you never do when you're playing Football Manager is identify one of the players in the opposing side, and because otherwise they will have a fantastic game. We've already had a shot, but it wasn't highlight worthy. Rather slow start to the game, to be honest with you. Cox with the throw in to Barr, back to Cox, to Moore, through to Mail on goal, and he forces a save out of the Barrow keeper. Barkworth with the corner, can't find anybody. Yearwood picks up the loose ball on the edge of the box. Can he find a cross? He can, but it goes straight to the keeper. So we're looking good attacking at the moment. We're 20 minutes in, still no more highlights to tell you about, but we keep moving up the table. We started in 21st position, and my assistant is saying Blackford has a really good cross of the ball. I do know, so we're going to mark him, prevent him from crossing. KK with a free kick from defence. Barr with the ball now through to Mail on goal, and he's got his first goal of the season. 32 minutes in, a goal on his debut. Well worked goal that. KK onto Cox, who passed it up to Barr. Great through ball from Barr to Mail, and it was a good finish from him, and that moves us up to 7th place. Good to see Mail getting a goal on his debut there. He had a really good pre-season, like I mentioned. He scored, I think, about 5 or 6 goals for us in pre-season, and some of them against top teams like Reading and Nottingham Forest. Barkworth with the ball in defence now to Yearwood. Connolly now. Mail out to Walford, and Barr picking up on the deflection. He's put us 2-0 up 43 minutes in. That's his first goal of the season. He's opened his account for us this season. Connolly playing the ball up to Mail, who played it out to Walford. Walford with the early cross, and the defender got a head on it, but it just fell to Barr nicely, and it was a good finish, making no mistake there. And that moves us up into 3rd place, which is a fantastic start. This just shows how we've improved, considering we lost both games to Barrow last season convincingly, and we seem to be all over them. I've not seen them have a highlight yet, although they could have one now. They're attacking, trying to catch us on the break, and they were in at the back post, but headed over the bar. And we've gone in at half-time 2-0 up, which is great stuff from us early on in the season. We go straight into the second half, and more of the same. Not going to make any changes at half-time. Why should I? We're playing really well. Everybody's playing well, defence and attack. Fasten hasn't had to make a save yet, although he might have to now. Now it's some good defending, and Barkworth with the own goal. I knew it was too good to be true. A poor mistake from Barkworth there. I think he was trying to head it over, and it's just gone off him into the... Yeah, he was trying to play it behind. If he was a striker, he'd have said it was a good finish, but it was into the wrong side. It's a shame, really. But... like I say, we're still ahead, 2-1, 54 minutes in. Plenty of time to restore that 2-goal advantage. And we're getting to about the hour mark now. Still no more highlights. Might consider making a few changes soon. Barrow have had 11 shots and only 2 on target. We've had 6 and 3 on target, so we're being a lot more clinical than they are. They're being very wasteful with their shooting today, and we are going to make some substitutions 68 minutes in. Let's have a look who we're going to bring off. Yearwood not having the best of games, so we're going to bring Chettle on for him, and we're going to play him as the Mazzala on attack. And Connolly not having a very good game, so we're going to bring off Connolly, and we're going to bring on Chalice Johnson, give him a run out this season. He's another one that I've promoted back up to the first team from the under-23s, because we were struggling for strikers, obviously, because we had Cottrell and Adiodoin on loan to us last season, and neither of them wanted to sign with us. Well, they wanted to sign with us permanently, but they wanted far too much money. So we were struggling for strikers, and I thought I'd give some of our youth prospects a chance, as well as bringing in Mail from Portsmouth on loan, because he's going to be our main focal point this season, I think. I don't like building squads around loan players, but the way I look at it is if Mail turns out to be any good, we can try and extend his loan to the end of next season, and then maybe at the end of his contract try and sign him and make him one of ours. So he will, when he comes in to us, he won't be a brand new player who nobody knows and not fit in. He'll already be well acquainted with the team. We're going to make some more changes 80 minutes in now. Make our final change. We're going to bring off Dean Moore because he's knackered. We're going to replace him with Jack Earing, give him his first appearance of the season. He's only on a month-to-month contract at the moment because he wanted too much money. Another one that wanted too much money. So rather than releasing him, I've just got him on a month-to-month deal. If anybody does decide to come in for him, then I am going to have to try and offer him a bit more money. But the way things are going, we're into stoppage time now. 3 minutes of stoppage time, and we're still 2-1 up. Very few highlights in this second half. It's been a bit boring, really. And I think this is going to be the last highlight of the game. Barkworth winning the ball in defence, and that's it. It's full time. And we have beaten Barrow, my old club, on the first game of the season, and it was a pretty decent performance from most of the players, really. I mean, there was a couple that didn't really perform well. They came off, and the substitutes really didn't have much time to do anything because it was a pretty boring second half. So we've got the Carabao Cup coming up soon against Peterborough, so that'll be a good game. I'm hoping we can win that and get through to the second round for the first time in this series. So let me know down in the comments where you think we're going to finish this season. Please give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed that episode. Smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe for more Football Manager 18 videos. And if you haven't done so already, find me on Facebook and Twitter at WeaselGamer for both of those. And thank you very much for watching.